Hey guys, what's up? Zombie here. Welcome back to Evilzombies Lair. My voice is a bit gone today. I've been recovering from being sick all week. My voice was gone before. I luckily had 2 videos already made, so that's what I used this week for videos. But yeah, now my voice is still kind of getting back to where it was. I still have to have a cough drop because I'm still coughing a lot, all that. Yeah, welcome back to Evilzombies Lair, episode 36. Today we're going to go over several things. First, we're going to talk about some personal updates, what I've been up to, multimedia news, like what's happening in the movie world. Then we're going to talk about the anime recommendation of the week. Then we're going to talk about some geeky news that I thought was pretty nifty, or at least pretty important in this case. And then we're going to talk about the main topic, which today is about the 3 worst big budget games ever. Or at least the 3 games that made the worst decisions that wrongly impacted the rest of everybody else in the world. So, that's our topics. Let's jump into it, guys. So, personal updates. Okay, so biggest personal update. I've been sick. I'm getting over it. You can probably tell my voice if you're listening on this, to the audio side of this. I might sound a little different. That's not editing. That's all my voice because it's just kind of on the boundary right now between cracking and not being there at all and then just being there and just dealing with it. So that's where I'm at right now with that. I have a cough drop in my mouth right now, so that kind of helps. I have my water. I'll be pausing it to take drinks and to cough. So you won't hear that. I'll just edit that out. Yeah, that's basically what's been going on recently. And it's Father's Day coming up, which is a lot of fun. My kids gave me amazing stuff. I got a packet with some M&Ms in it for my older daughter that had a bunch of pictures that she drew, and it was really cute. It was adorable. And then my younger daughter gave me a cup that has my picture drawn on it, kind of. It's adorable. It's like, you see me right by the heart. It says like #1 dad. I'm like, ah, my heart melts. My daughters are adorable and they love me. I love them. But yeah, Father's Day coming up, so that's big. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the personal updates. So let's jump into the next part. So, subtopics. Multimedia news. Bumblebee is getting his own movie. And the big part is, it might not be Michael Bay that's directing it. If it's not Michael Bay directing it, we're all going to go see it because less explosions, more story, right? That's what we've been waiting out. That's what we've been waiting for years from Michael Bay. Any kind of story that holds together. But yeah, I'm excited to see that. We love Bumblebee. We love Transformers in this house. We watch all the movies, of course. My daughter's watched the cartoon series. Anytime a new Transformers series comes out, she's watching it. She loves Transformers. And her favorite is B. Well, yeah, no, her favorite's B. Second favorite would be Optimus. But yeah, she loves it. We're both looking up to it. And moving on, guys. Anime recommendation of the week. This week I have to go with the perverted one. It's called Golden Boy. It's older. It's pretty old. But it's wonderful. It's only like 5 episodes long, but it's wonderful. Go watch the English dub of this anime. If you're an adult male and you love watching the silliest, funniest, perverted shows of all time, it's wonderful. Go watch Golden Boy. Sorry, ignore my Windows updates happening. But yeah, if you want to see what other shows I've watched, go to myanimelist.net/profile/evilzombie123. Which brings us to our next topic. You'll have to wait a little bit to look at that list because myanimelist.net is down for right now. I've been checking and every page is inaccessible. You can't get to anything. They took pretty much everything down on the site. This is our tech news, by the way. They took everything down to do security checkups on it, to do, basically security checkups to check through all the code to make sure everything's secure and to see how their data collection works because they're complying with all the new laws. So it's just taking a while for that whole big update to happen. And we might just have to wait a little while because every time I go to any page other than looking at my own list, it just says page not down. You can't even look at messages or notifications yet. So you just kind of have to wait a couple weeks till they have it fixed. I think they said like on the second or something that they're working around the clock to make it work. We just gotta kind of wait. So you have to wait a little bit for my anime list to work. Otherwise, Yeah, you can look at your own list. That's about it. Can't exactly go look at new shows. Okay, guys. Oh, my voice. Sorry about this. Okay, guys. Main topic. 3 basically worst games of all time. Now, some games shape a genre, and some games show us what not to do. And that is the focus. Sure, there might be other really bad games, but they aren't as well recognized or as well advertised and released to the public as these were. Now, there are 3 games. The first one, E.T. That one's pretty obvious why. We'll talk about it. Second one, Sonic 2006, Sonic the Hedgehog. We'll talk about why. This is a pretty good reason. And then the last one, don't hate me for this, but it's because I put this on the list because of a bad decision by them. No Man's Sky. It's a much newer game, and it's still very well received, but there's something bad that they did, which is why it's on this list. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about the first one, E.T. And I have to kind of rush through this because my voice is starting to crack, and I'm coughing a bit more, so I'm going to rush through this so that I can just go get some tea or something, make that work. I want to have a good voice for you guys. So I'll rush through this. Okay, so E.T., basically, this really taught us to learn about the product and ask about it before buy it, release it, because basically they gave the people a crap ton of money and they didn't deliver. This is like the biggest budget game ever made at the time, which is a big deal because it was a big movie. I mean, this was a popular movie. They gave them a bunch of money, said make us a game. They made them a game, but they really didn't try much on that. Didn't have much of a story. It was confusing to figure out what to do. It looked terrible. I mean, basically nobody tested this and said, oh, let's delay this a little bit or anything like that. No, they didn't. I'm guessing they didn't show it to anybody. They just released it and said, oh yeah, the game's done. Here you go. Kind of like what happened in Code Monkeys, the show. It's pretty much what happened. No supervision. Just, here's the money, make us a game. Let's get it out real quick. Business, go, go, go. That's what happens if you rush things. But basically, the game was just terrible. E.T. is as bad as they say. It's confusing. It doesn't work. I have a working copy of it on my Atari 2600 I have under the desk. It's bad. It just sucks. Nobody should have to play that. I have it just because it's so bad and it makes me laugh. I'm a glutton for punishment, I know. It's terrible. But that game really showed us that. That's about all there really is to say about it. It's a huge budget game, but they need people to hold them accountable for the quality. And game companies have started changing because of that. Ever since then, that was back in the 80s. So, game companies have a lot more people that keep them accountable. Like investors now want to be part of the project, now want to see the project because the giant fiasco that happened with that basically led to the video game crash. So, moving on, guys, to the next game, Sonic 2006. Now, why is this one on my list? The biggest thing that they did was releasing a product that actually wasn't done. The game wasn't done, and they never fixed it. They didn't patch it. Patches weren't really that much of a thing, on consoles at least. And they didn't release it for PC. So what they released on the 360 and PS3 was what you got stuck with. The game was probably like half a year too early. It just wasn't done. I mean, it feels like a complete unfinished project. It's like beta. You can kind of get from beginning to end, and you can see the whole story, but nothing works. You can fall through the map at random times. The controls don't always work. Sometimes it will just glitch out, and your character will slide across the ground while you're standing still, and you'll fly through the map again. Which means basically you go through the world and into an endless abyss of there is no map there. So, the game just wasn't done. It was badly done like that. It looked gorgeous. It was advertised well. It's Sonic. But No, they just didn't finish it. They wanted to meet a deadline. Sega just kept on saying, no, we got to finish this, finish it by then give it to us. And they kept adding on to the project, like, oh, make it bigger. But we don't have time. Make it bigger. You have time. It's like, you have a month. Add this onto it. No, it was just all bad. They really wanted them to push it, to get it out there. And they ended up releasing a completely unfinished project that doesn't work. I wish I could say that they didn't do that again, because Sega had a really good streak for a long time. But they released Sonic Boom, which is basically another story like Sonic 06, where it's unfinished. Same thing happened. So, that's kind of a bad thing, but everyone else recognizes that you need to finish the product. Every other company in the world recognizes that. And now patches are mostly just fix a few little things. It's not, oh, add this whole giant chunk of gameplay back on, but at least they fix it, right? Sonic 06, it still doesn't work. Okay, guys, next game. This one everyone's going to be mad at me about, but No Man's Sky. It's a very popular game. It was very high budget, very well anticipated, and decently well received. But about half the people that bought it were like, hey, I want my money back. And there's a big reason why. False advertising. Hopefully companies are going to learn from this. So, with the false advertising aspect of it, they basically showed a game that was amazing. They basically showed everyone in trailers and in promises that the game was going to be all these things, and it wasn't. It wasn't any of that. It was like half of that. You basically were one player, you got to explore a few random planets that were all the same, and all had pretty much the same creatures on them. They were all average size. You didn't really have any giant, marvelous creatures walking around. You didn't have gorgeous planets. There were a lot of desert planets with a few planets on them that were pretty cool. And you never got to really see the other players. You could visit planets that they had visited, but because it's saved on system, well, you never really got to interact with anybody. It really sucked. And a lot of people returned it. I had a friend that had like t-shirts of it. He was super into it. Like, he was talking for months about how great this game is going to be. He was one of the people that got his money back and stopped playing it forever. Basically, they kept promising, and just didn't deliver it. And they even delayed. I mean, people were willing to wait. They just didn't do it. It took them like a year to update it, and they still don't have everything they promised. Everything that they showed in the trailer. The commercials, the advertisements. So that was all content that was just like CGI probably, just shown to advertise something bigger that they wanted to do. It wasn't the actual game. No. So, no. Basically, this is a big step back for a lot of game companies, and people were like, whoa, why are you making something that's completely different than what you promised? I think this is going to have a really big effect on the entire game industry. It already has, I think. Companies are being a little more transparent. Some companies like Unreal now let you play the beta, and then they'll fix the issues that you find. I mean, that's great. Well, yeah, guys, my cough drop just ran out. So, and I've been coughing more frequently. That's why there's random pauses, and it sounds a little uneven during this, because I've been pausing and coughing. So I'm probably going to end it here. Basically, these 3 games, while they were games, I'll give them that. They didn't deliver anything that they said they would. And they just kind of ruined things for everybody when they came out. Everyone hated it. Even if No Man's Sky is still a fun game, if you didn't look at any of the advertising ahead of time, it does drag on. Because it's not what they said it was. And it pissed everyone off still. So that's why it's on my list. So those 3 games, E.T., Sonic 06, and No Man's Sky. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to get some tea and another cough drop, drink some water, because my voice is just going and it sucks. Okay, thank you for listening to my terrible voice. Have a good one, everyone. Oh man, workout today. Yep, I need cough drops. Okay, have a good one, guys. See you later. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Rate, like, subscribe if you want to see more or listen to more. Bye.